Hey there, American Horror Story fans. We are talking about one of our favorite episodes ever. American Horror Story, Season 8, Episode 4, Could It Be? Dun dun dun. Satan. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
I'm living for this introduction, though. Like, that was funny.
Welcome, everybody, to the AfterBuzz TV American Horror Story After Show. We are talking about American Horror Story Apocalypse, Season 8, Episode 4. I'm going to do it again. Could it be? Dun, dun, dun. Satan. I'm your host, Alana Jordan, and joining me today, the full panel.
Hey everybody, Ashley Allen here.
Hey guys, Jennifer Leone.
Yes, welcome back, fans. I'm Kayla Rene'e.
And right off the bat, I know we were talking about it a little bit, that we're all pretty much really into this episode. What did you guys think of this episode?
It was nice to see little baby Tate. Because he looked exactly like little younger Tate.
He did.
But it
Mike was like
okay.
Tate 2.0.
Yeah. But it was nice to see like the whole backstory. So I'm like, okay, now we're seeing where all of this is coming from. So yeah, I was excited.
Yeah, everything's connecting. I'm obsessed with this episode. It's my favorite, like ever. Ever.
I agree. I would say this is one of my top 5 favorite episodes of American Horror Story, period.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a really, really good episode.
Ooh, I love those. Are like big words.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get into this episode too.
I am
and
too.
at the end of the episode too, we'll be talking about how we've been doing kind of a little segment, our crossover corner, talking about how each of the episodes tie into previous seasons.
Yeah.
And this one especially was really cool getting to see how it tied in. So we'll tease that a little bit now. Stay tuned. Maybe you'll get to see it later.
Little tease, just a little tease.
Just a little tease. What we basically got of Michael's power was just a little tease.
I know.
I'm like, I'm terrified.
He's not an alpha. He's a devil, all right.
Exactly.
Oh my
That's not normal.
There's nothing normal about that little creepy child in the corn. But we see just how it opens up is Michael talking to Miss Mead, leading off from last episode where he's talking about how he made her in the image of the only woman who ever truly loved him, the one that he thought of as a mother. A lot of people are thinking that this is probably an allusion to
Constance.
But it's weird that they wouldn't have Jessica Lange play her.
That's what I was like, why?
Not just me that thinks that's odd.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, did I miss something? I'm like, whatever happened to Constance?
Yeah, there has to be a connection there, like later episodes.
Because we still don't know her name.
Right.
We know Mrs. Mead's name, but we don't know the name of the woman that he thought of as his
You know
mother.
what I'm thinking about? Because remember in Murder House, okay, so it was like kind of before we got on air, I mentioned how like at the end it was like he was in the rocker chair and he killed Flora. Remember who was his like babysitter? So it was like maybe Mead is like Flora. You know what I mean? So I'm just like
maybe a babysitter.
I wonder.
That
Yeah,
didn't
like
get
you know
murdered.
what I mean? Because she was pretty much like Constance doing her thing or whatever. Pretty much that was the only lady who was taking care of Michael when he was little. Yeah. So it's like that Mead clearly. I don't know. Maybe she has to be Flora.
I know what you mean, but I don't know if I know what they mean.
See, like we got to be ready today with our little dinner.
But this was a really, really cool thing to get to see her saying, now I feel like I finally find my place, which is by your side, and this whole kind of juxtaposing of this idea of finding your place and finding where you're truly home with Michael with the school, with Mead next to him. It's an interesting dynamic that they're playing with, and I'm interested to see how it plays out throughout the season too.
Yeah. I was interested to see Mead like standing in the back when he got in the car to leave. I was like, oh, so she knew about it? Like she called them and was like, she like summoned him to take her son. Like, I know he's different. Take him away.
I was kind of lost by that because did she know exactly where he was going? Did she know that the guy was a warlock?
She must have known he was powerful, like Michael. So I don't know. Like I'm like, we need to figure out Mead's little.
Well, we know Mead is like into Satan, and Satan, needs someone to take care of his little antichrist. So it just makes sense for him to get a little babysitter for him that just modeled off of someone evil, and that was her. I don't know.
That's
Maybe
why I
she,
feel like it's not Constance, because Constance,
Right.
I don't think would be like having breakfast, being like, all right, now don't forget to pray to
Yeah.
the devil.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
it
Yeah,
just doesn't
no.
seem like her character. So that's why I'm like,
She
it
has to be the
something
babysitter.
different.
Well, Constance did have them eat, or have Vivian eat the raw meat, and it looked like they were eating raw meat.
they did.
I don't
have
know.
the brains. That's
Something
true.
connected.
Oh, that's true.
Or maybe they're related. Maybe it's an ant. I'm sure we'll figure it out
I wonder
somewhere.
if it ties in somehow too to the witches, because we see more with the witches, and we see too that Coco and Mallory, when they awake from the dead, that they've also been under this identity spell.
Yeah.
Which is starting to fill in some of the gaps for us,
Yeah.
because we're wondering why they were connected.
Yeah.
And why Mallory would put up with literally wiping Coco's ass.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, that's a lot. Like,
Right.
that's a lot. There has to be something else going on there.
Clearly.
So it was interesting to see too the way that they played out Dinah's relationship and how she's part of the voodoo priestess,
Yeah.
and how she
Yeah.
is saying that she's not a part of this. Like, you guys brought me back. I'm here to watch. I don't want anything to do with whatever the hell weirdness that you're doing here.
I'm really interested to find out like more about what Dina's character is like doing.
Well,
Dina, yeah.
last episode, remember they were talking in the meeting, Langdon and Dinah. Please, let me know.
Let us
I know
know
you
in the
guys
chat.
will.
I think it's Dina.
Dina.
I think it's Dina.
Okay.
Let's go with
All
Dina.
right. Well, everyone's calling her Oprah. Either way, there is a conversation where they had met before, and it's like, am I going to have issues with you again? Well, no. I know I'm not as powerful as I need to be to take care of you.
Yeah.
So there might be just something there where he had. I mean, I know that they said that back in the past, Hotel Cortez, that Queenie had this love for the dark arts, or she has an ability for the dark arts. So maybe he's just pulling in all the darkness and trying to move forward with that. I don't know.
Okay.
Possibly. I mean, we see his backstory in this one, where the pop-up of how we get the title cards that let us know where we are in time. The only one that we got this time was the 3 years before the bomb.
Right.
And so we know that this is probably part of why everything went to hell, is that which I also love seeing in when all the boys are doing their magic and the one kid is late and he's like, you can go to the Magic Castle and do card tricks with Neil Patrick Harris. And I'm like, freak show, shut up!
Don't knock the Magic Castle.
Magic Castle is dope. I've been there. It is awesome.
I've never been.
I've
Never
never
been
been
either, but I've
either.
heard
If
good
any
things.
magicians want to invite us to go party at the Magic
Yes.
Castle,
Oh, let's go.
feel
Let's
free. We won't fight you on it. Just saying.
It's funny, like Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah,
hilarious.
it'll go much better than how things went for these guys. So we get to see too, kind of the assembling of the council and these male witches or warlocks. On the show, they call them warlocks. Some people I know have gotten annoyed at the terminology. We're gonna go with what they have on the show. So
The warlocks
no
here.
offense meant to anybody who's like, but they say warlock, we say warlock. They say lockdown, we say warlock down. So
But
I know.
we gotta be ready with those.
I don't think everybody's ready for it.
There we go.
It's a little late.
Yeah, a little late, which is exactly what John Henry Moore was saying when he's like, hey guys, I was warning you guys throughout this. We need to stay the hell away from this weirdo kid that you're saying, okay, the police have shown us this video.
That was insane.
I was like, what the? Like, what's going on here?
I felt like I needed holy water. I needed to pray.
like-
Like this was, my mouth was literally.
Yes.
We're like 10 minutes into the episode, and I was like, all right, I'm on board. Okay.
Oh, this is what we're doing tonight.
I didn't expect that. I was like, I kind of figured it was something that was going to happen. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, shot him up to the ceiling, broke his arms and legs, and then like blew off his head at the end. Like, I was like, whoa, okay.
And then he's in the corner like this, all innocent, like, no, we know about you.
Yeah. I'm like, get out of here, child of the corn. I see you. I see you, little baby Tate. Baby Tate.
That's so cute, little baby Tate.
But yeah, I love that they're arguing, like, is this, John saying this is just demonic possession versus, you know, is he an actual warlock?
Yeah.
And even if he is a warlock, clearly something is wrong with him. There's something off
not
with
a
this.
normal
Why
warlock.
why are we inviting this evil into our house?
Yeah.
And Ariel, which I'm just like, get it together, man. Like, you're having people warn you left and right. Where he's like, you're just gonna, okay, cool. Ariel's like, no, it's fine. He's way messed up. Let's bring him into our underground lockdown palace that none of us can get out of.
Makes no sense because if this guy has shown you that he's this powerful, clearly he has issues and you don't know him. What makes you think that you can control him?
Those are all the red flags to get him the hell out of there.
You training him is giving him more power, like teaching him how to control like himself when he's more powerful than anybody in the building.
And on top of that, like, he can't control jack shit, as we see.
True.
When it's like the reason he's at the police station, the reason he got locked up anyway is
he
because
can't control his power.
Somebody was mean to his, like, mama asking for a goat head, so he stabbed him with 5 knives in the middle of a grocery store. It's like, okay, there's a lot to unpack there.
I would be expecting 6, but I guess there's no
666.
symbolism there.
There we go.
No, but if we remember, though, Cordelia was saying...
Instead of 5 guys, 5 knives. I'm sorry.
5 knives. Wait, but do we get it? All right. Yeah. But Cordelia says no man can really take over because the testosterone, well, maybe Ariel's testosterone is just blinding him. He just wants to take over the witches. He's really not caring how he does it.
That seems to be what it is. I mean, isn't that always the case?
Oh, look at this.
Testosterone.
We have Nas in the chat, and he says that the warlocks are so thirsty for a male supreme that common sense is going over the heads. I completely agree.
Yeah. Nas is here every week.
Yes,
Shout out to Nas.
Shout out to Nas.
Faithful.
That is exactly what I was thinking. Like, they're so thirsty to have this. They're power hungry. And this guy clearly, as we saw later in the episode, almost took all of them out.
And he probably will.
Yeah.
It is weird though seeing Mead's character, like knowing that when he's saying that she betrayed him at some point, but just kind of teasing that when he's like the only woman who ever betrayed me fully when he was talking about the police station thing. I'm wondering if we're going to get back into that because I'm thinking it has to be a situation where he kills her.
Has to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah.
He probably killed Constance too. You're talking about Constance or Mead?
I don't know what to call it. The human
the,
Mead.
I don't know. He's like devil mom.
Yeah,
He's
like
the devil
Mead
mom.
OG. I don't know, like Mead original. I don't know. I don't know what to
He probably
call
couldn't
it.
control his powers. Yeah, he probably did kill them.
That's
not far fetched.
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We decided.
Seeing too why the warlocks are so annoyed with Cordelia, the fact that their entire nice mansion was burned to the ground with Molotov cocktails because she did a publicity tour and outed them without really their permission.
Yeah.
It makes sense that they would have this kind of deep-seated animosity
Towards
against her. And it's
Sure.
smart that the writers set that up early on before they ever meet in the episode.
Yeah.
I thought that was really clever. So you have that in the back of your head that you're like, well, these guys already don't like her. Like,
Right.
I thought that was such a smart way. And then the zinger of before going to the commercial, just saying he's finally found his true home.
Yeah.
And really reiterating that point of finding, because that was something that March kept saying in the hotel where he's like, this is the true home and bringing in all the evil to their true home.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
look at that.
Cortez and
Yeah.
it was kind of weird how he sketched that out too in his little vision.
Yeah, God. Which we see after he goes through the 3 tests. I love that the women have 7 tests, the men have 3. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Less than half, but
And you know what I
who's
kind of had to
counting?
think about? So it kind of made me, so it was like they told him he had to look in the mirror and locate where the book was.
Yeah.
So when I thought about it, remember Timothy's character at the beginning, remember he saw the 666 in the the fogginess of the window, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So what if he has that same ability but doesn't know yet? And it's like, I wonder if Timothy's a warlock, you know what I mean? Or if he's like tied in with Langdon, you know what I mean?
I forgot about that 666 in the mirror. That's a good call. Scrying.
I know, yeah. So I'm like, ooh, I wonder if Timothy's a little warlock.
Scrying in the mirror.
Little young Langdon.
That's clever. I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is smart.
Yeah.
And we know that Michael, too, is just way advanced because he normally doesn't even have this test for a year, and he's doing it after 1 month at the school. Yeah. And he passes this great. I'm with John, though, where everybody else is like, ooh, extra credit. He reached in, he did all this stuff. And John's like, that's terrifying. You didn't ask that man to do that.
Exactly.
Did you say do all this extra weird, crazy magic?
And then where was the bookcase at? Was it behind them? Because I was like, he reached in and then grabbed the book. So it was like he was reaching like behind them and grabbing it. That's weird.
Yeah, I was giving him the side eye the entire time. So I'm like, okay, clearly you can't follow instructions, which means you don't have any control. Like, it was just all bad. It was impressive, but it was all bad.
And even the snowstorm, because it was like he started off with a nice little cute little snow globe look, and then all of a sudden it turned into like some massive snowstorm. I was like, oh my God.
It's Christmas Day.
I didn't even know I had that in me. And it's like, we did, bitch. We've seen it repeatedly. I did love, though, when in the scrying part or whatever, that this is part of why I think this episode is so brilliant, is that in about 30 seconds, the writers were like, okay, we're going to show you, 1, that he's powerful, 2, that he's kind of scary, he lacks all inhibition when it comes to authority, and the book that he's getting is the new Adam and Eve from Hawthorne. So just in case you didn't get
the reference,
our Timothy and Emily references before,
once again,
just a little bit more on top. So smart. I would have liked it better if they weren't just like, okay, and then the next one is like Celeri Transpatio. And I'm like, just say like moving around the room.
I swear this was like the funniest version of like adult Harry Potter. Like I was here for all the magic.
So into it.
I love too that you said that when all of the Steritium, whatever, the molecules in the air turn into snow. Clearly I would be a horrible witch.
Why is there fire here?
Let us know what lot.
Snow a lot.
I know, I'm like, come on, give me some flashes or some light. No, they're like, she's a bad witch. Nothing happened. But they start playing what is basically Harry Potter music. While it's going, I'm like, oh my God, you guys know your audience so well.
I had to throw it in there.
I didn't even realize it.
We're all Harry Potter fans. I love Harry Potter.
I loved it. Yeah, it was so good. But just the moment of seeing of Ariel raise his cup and he's like, this is the moment where everything changes. And just the irony of it's like, yeah, it is. You D-hole. You unleash the apocalypse on all of us.
Yeah, thanks.
Maybe be like, hey, is your mom and dad perchance a human and a demon?
Yeah.
Like, just ask
nobody's
these
asking.
questions.
I know. It's like nobody's curious.
Yeah.
Get some backstory on these kids before you hand them the keys to the building. Jeez.
Billy knew.
They know nothing about them.
Insane. But you know what is not insane? How great AfterBuzz has arranged all of their shows so that you can find them so easily, so great. You can subscribe to your favorites.
Absolutely. There's so much we offer here at AfterBuzz TV. And we offer, things from drama, reality, sci-fi, and more. There's no network that works harder to serve you guys as television fans. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to at least one or more of our YouTube channels. And by subscribing to our channel, YouTube suggests content that is tailor-made for you that'll help you as AfterBuzzers continue to grow. And if you're worried about pesky notifications, don't be. They're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out all of our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. And once you did, let us know and we'll give you a shout out in the comments and we'll thank you on air. But for now, thank you for allowing us to be the biggest network and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk.
Yes. And thank you guys too for commenting on all the videos and sending us tweets and keeping up with all of us. A shout out to Tom Link at Tommy Link 10, who had some awesome theories that we'll dive into a little later on. But shout out to all you guys.
Yes,
so,
we love the interaction.
We'll love ya. We'll love ya. Now, kind of talking about the music on the show too. I love that when we come back from commercial, we have the Keven music.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kicking
So
us
it's a little
off.
theme song, the little.
And immediately, they know every beat because we're like, man, right when it comes up, we're like, when are we going to see Zoe? Boom, Zoe's there.
Yeah. I was so
She's
happy to see her. She looks so cute. I was like, okay, little adult little
tasting her
lady.
being
Like,
get it, love it. And then she's talking about Josephine Bonaparte, Napoleon Bonaparte's wife being a witch, and the reason her garden was so perfect was because she enchanted it. I love all of these references that they have, like even that the boys' school is called like the Hawthorne School for Exceptional Young Men, and they're like, get the book from Hawthorne, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Get it.
you're saying he was a warlock too. All right, I get it.
I get it.
I get it. But the ability that Mallory has is so surpassing what they were expecting at all.
Yeah.
Cordelia is getting to see Zoe saying, watch what Mallory can do. And seeing her make this rose turn blue, all the petals falling off and then turning into butterflies and flying around. It did feel very Misty Day.
I was about to say that. I was like, it did feel real misty. Like,
And she
it
looks
was real
very
misty in here.
comfortable in her ability, which that kind of shocked me because she's been, you know, in question this whole time, but she looked very comfortable
That's
in
what I'm
what
like,
she was doing.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I wonder why they chose to hide her identity. Because it was like, clearly she's comfortable, you know what I mean? She knows how to control her powers and turn them into things that she loves or enjoys or whatever. But it's like, why would they hide that from her? Like, what else can she... Well, clearly she's another, like, her powers are, like, you know, starting fires and all type of other
her
stuff.
grandmother said her bloodline goes all the way back to Salem.
Yeah.
Salem witches, So I'm like,
Maybe it's to protect them.
That's true.
Could be.
I don't know.
Could be.
But
Just
it's like,
because-
why? What do you know?
Well, the voodoo, she couldn't defeat him. So I don't know. Maybe there's something along there. But we'll talk in predictions.
And find out who will do that voodoo that they do.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, this was interesting too, that we get to see that the council, the rules of the council, that they bring it in, that they can call this emergency meeting and the witches have to uproot and head over to them. And this is, I really liked the way that this was set up. I don't think that Cordelia is scared. I think she genuinely is saying that she's going to refuse to do the test of the 7 wonders because her heart is broken for the loss of Misty Day, and seeing her go back in this tragic, spending days trying to get Queenie out of this hotel, realizing that one of her own is left in this evil, evil place. That, as she says, the light that we draw all of our power from was extinguished by Satan himself. And it's like, oh my God. I know. I'm like, get Queenie out of there. I'm so glad they did it this episode, though. If they carried it over, I was like, no, get out. She's been there since hotel.
I know.
Like, that was so
No wonder she's all
long
bored.
ago.
Like, she was like, I'm glad I'm out of that hellhole.
Right.
And I'm like, don't worry, Queenie, you missed Roanoke, so you're not going for it.
You didn't miss too much. But I wonder if like Cordelia's starting to like not really like lose her powers, but kind of like lose her way a little bit. Like I feel like she's being challenged now, and she's like, I don't know if she's able to like handle it. She's kind of having a hard time trying to figure out what to do next.
It seems like her emotions are
They're getting the best of her. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, it is definitely interesting to see too. I mean, and her really latching on to the whole thing about there's never been any man who could surpass a woman when it comes to magic. Your magic abilities are going to be inhibited by this testosterone. But to me, I feel like it's less that, I mean, I think she just genuinely doesn't think that Michael is going to succeed if he does this. I think she feels like she is just going to kill another kid.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's a rough feeling already, being like, well, I've already damned several of my girls to...
What would you guys have done? Would you have agreed to give him the test?
I don't know, because she was shook at the end to see him walk up and see Madison and both Queenie were out of like where they were at. So I'm like, she was definitely shook, but I'm like, ooh, I don't know.
I think
after the episode, I would give him the test.
Because you're
Okay.
like, screw it if he dies.
Yeah,
he
I'm
dies.
like, I just want to find out. I'm like, I'm curious at this point. Like, no, what
Yeah.
else can you do? Like, I just be like super excited. Like,
I think
hey.
I would have wanted to see like a few things what he's working with to
Yeah.
see what all the hype is about first.
I would have treated it
I
like a
don't-
circus act. Like, oh, what can you do next? try to juggle for us. Like,
And then,
Not me. I saw him already be like, "Oh, beautiful winter wonderland. You're in a
That's
snow
true.
globe."
yeah, that's true. But I'm like,
I'm like,
Cordelia doesn't know
no.
though.
She
She
didn't
didn't
get
know
to
all of
see
that.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
True.
she didn't even know all of that happened. I'm surprised the Warlocks didn't even mention like all of that went
Exactly.
down, like to even butter
Of
them
course
up.
they
You know.
didn't because they want the power. They're not like, oh, and also he might be evil. Like
Oh,
they're
okay,
not
that's
gonna,
true.
yeah.
That's true.
True.
You're right.
They're like,
Which
they
is
just
why
wanna
I don't
use
think
him.
it was a good idea for them to let him in. I get it that they think he's supreme or whatever you want to call it, but
He's a
still,
really
it
good
was still
artist.
a dangerous move for everyone.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
But
drawing the Hotel Cortez, I'm like, is just being a badass artist and
Oh
you're
my
trans.
God.
Like, is that part of it? So I was like, that is way better than I could ever draw. Like, I
Man.
might
You do
be
like the exact angle too. You know how they come
yeah,
at like a low angle.
come
Like,
up, I'm like,
that
Camera
was like
angle.
identical. Yeah.
mine
I
would be
have
like a
seen-
little
Shout out to the little
stick
camera
figure
shot.
like bleeding, and it's like Hotel Cortez
Yeah.
arrow here, and I'm like, oh, again, not a good witch.
wait, we have Billie Jean Girl 24 in the chat said, did Michael buy Madison and Queenie those outfits at the end?
I was thinking that.
I was wondering
Those
too.
were fabulous.
Yeah,
They
did
were
look
cute.
really
little
good.
outfits. Yeah, I was like, okay,
They were
come
really
through Kevin
good.
outfits.
Well, if so, good job, Michael.
Yeah, good job, Mike. They're like, hey, we're gonna take just a brief break. I just got back from hell, so
I mean,
really
they probably
want
went on a little
cute
shopping spree
outfit.
before they walked out the retail store.
Right.
They looked like they
Yeah.
were at Kohl's or something. Let's go get some little new wear, new
Some
gear.
cute stuff, yeah.
Some
Which I
witchy gear.
love that we see Madison's. I didn't think that this was going to be when they had the preview on it. I thought Madison was going to actually be working in a grocery store.
I thought that too. She
Or-
looked like a cashier at a grocery
Yeah,
store.
Yeah.
because I didn't think that would be her hell because we saw that her hell in previous seasons. I guess Queenie's was always the same. She always went back to the same store where she had actually worked. Madison's was she was in a low rate theater production and she wasn't even the lead in it, and that was her hell. So this
Yeah.
is a different one. I mean, I guess this is.
Well, I guess this would be worse because no one even knows who she is.
Yeah.
She's not even in
It's
the
definitely a
element that
challenge
she
for
would
her.
want
Yeah.
to be. So I would think that this
I love
one's
that she
worse.
calls out the lady in line though, where she's like, "You're not even the star of your own hell. You don't even know that you're in hell. You're a bit part player in mine."
Do you remember
was a funny
the first
line.
time Madison died? It was just black, so maybe it's different every time. For her, at
Oh,
least.
okay.
Because remember the first time she was that doll?
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, no, there's nothing on the other side. It's just darkness.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
So,
who
Okay.
knows?
for Madison, I guess it changes. That I guess that makes sense.
She's a bitch though, so it's like.
Yeah, I love
So
that
it's like
Queenie
they-
too
they-
when they
like,
go
yeah.
to when Queenie's there and she's like, "Oh my god," and hugs her and she's like, "Get off of me!" And she's
Yeah.
like, "I told him you were a stone cold bitch and you
Yeah,
were exactly
like, don't
where you
forget.
belong."
Like, I didn't
And
forget.
that's
And
why
she
he
gives that
wanted
like
her.
little Mary Kate and Ashley smile, like, "Oh, I'm done." She's like, "No, for real, bitch. I was gonna leave you in hell forever. Like, I don't. We're
Like,
not
nobody
tight.
wanted you
Like,
out,
you
no."
were awful. I don't forget about how you killed most of our coven."
Right.
Right.
Madison, you bitch.
Well, they both have
But I'm like, I
darkness.
agree with Madison because I used to work in retail and it is hell. Like having to fold towels.
Oh,
And it
Lord.
gave me flashbacks because I hated having to fold towels. And shout out to all you customers that go to stores and just ruin all the folded clothes that we just spend our
Yeah,
hard
have some
earned
respect.
time. At least fold the shirt back.
Yeah,
Try
or
to-
give it to me. Look, we've been. Never mind. This is a whole other conversation.
Worst time in my life.
Right.
Yeah, the transition too of the walking through of Myrtle, Cordelia, and Zoe walking through.
That was such an
the
iconic little
underground-
scene.
Yeah, and just the song playing in the background too. Glory Box Portishead was what was playing, and lighting this, passing by John who lights his cigarette. And then cutting to Madison lighting her cigarette and the back and forth. Everybody on this episode, from the writers, the editors, the directors, this was spot
Phenomenal.
on.
Yes. Yes.
My reaction was the same as Cordelia's. I was passing out and hitting the ground too by the
Right?
end of it. I
Yeah,
was like, this is
definitely.
so good.
I wonder who directed this episode. I didn't even look at the credits. when we
We'll
ended
have
it.
to look it up. Help us out, chat.
Yeah, let
look
us
it
know,
up.
guys.
Because I think
Google for
episode
us,
6
guys.
with Jessica Lange, I think Sarah directed it.
Oh,
Okay.
So I'm like,
excited
you know
about
what I mean?
that
I
one.
wonder if they switch off or it's like, who was the director for this one?
Okay.
So before we dive into some predictions, anybody have any last thoughts on this episode?
There's just so much.
I I don't know. I just like love the fact that everybody was shook that he just showed up with Queenie and Madison, and everybody was like, "Oh, they just stopped dead in their tracks." Like, oh my god, like they literally seemed like the devil.
Like hell and back.
Yes.
Literally went to hell and back twice.
Literally.
2 different versions of hell. Hell on Earth and actual hell.
And it was funny because he was like, I'm only doing this to prove a point. So it was like, clearly he was doing like with the warlocks, you know what I mean? Like, no, I'm going to show you that this man is whatever. And they were just staring at her on her way out. Like, yeah, girl, like, wait till you get outside, sis, whatever. But then it was like they arrived and she's like, oh, passed out. And I was like, oh. I was shook.
I think it's interesting, though, that they call him the Alpha, not even Supreme.
Yeah.
So it's like Alpha Omega, and then just, I don't know, it's like Almighty, like other words for it. So it's just, I don't know, some
He's the
weird
alpha
stuff
male.
there.
The chosen one.
Yeah, and also shout out to Madison, hoeing it up even in the afterlife.
Man.
Wait, where's that comment? Wait, where's that comment? That like, oh my god, I forgot we've seen somebody's comment. She was like, that was tight.
Oh
or
yeah,
something like
shout
that.
out to
It's all the way
it's
up
all
there.
I know, she was like way at the
somebody,
top.
Lucy, I believe, somebody who was up there who was like, she should have blown the devil. Shout out to you.
She was like, that would
For
have been
saying
tight.
that
or
would have
something
been
like
tight. We disagree. We disagree, but you know, to each their own.
I don't know about hooking up with Satan.
Yeah.
Doesn't really seem too passionate.
She
for
was
me.
just really
she's-
good with the way she wrote it.
Okay, so let me
That would be
just ask
tight.
you this really quickly. Do you think there's a possibility of Madison teaming up with Michael?
Yes.
Oh,
for
100%.
sure.
Easy.
Yeah,
For sure.
Okay.
She would.
Madison Montgomery is legacy off of, you know, Charles Montgomery. So
Yeah.
that's evil in Murder House where he was
Yeah.
born. And then everyone's evil there. So
Yeah.
it's like that's where it stems.
You know how Misty, or what's, I forgot her name. I keep forgetting her name. Misty's character in Murder House, how she played Mrs. Montgomery.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that her
yeah,
mom?
Lily Rabe.
Is that Madison's mom?
No, it would have been years prior because I was
Oh,
back
okay.
in the 20s. So it would have been like her grandma or great grandma, probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if that's going to tie
Depending
in.
on, I think it probably will. Which let's go ahead and dive into some predictions.
line of
Dang,
Montgomery.
let's do it.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
This is what I was trying to get it to do when I was going to do my magic. So
Here we
there.
go.
We're creating magic in here.
Always.
The magic of predictions. So we see going into next episode, our little teaser is that Cordelia is seeing flashes of the future, Miss Robinson's academy burning, seeing this apocalypse that we've already established this first 3 episodes, and saying what happens is what's going to happen all depends on what I do next. Which clearly she done dicked up because the apocalypse happened. So what do you guys think? Yeah, what do you guys think leads to
I'm on the edge. Honestly,
know.
I don't even know what
glory?
to predict.
That's Hotel. That's Lady Gaga. Wrong one. Sorry.
But like another man, we missed it another again. But I'm like, I don't know, because it's like how the like, you know, our little preview or whatever, the last little 5 minutes, but
Yeah.
it was like, it was so short that I couldn't really grasp like what was
Same.
going to happen next. It's like, clearly we see Michael Langdon, like, you know, cause the apocalypse or whatever, the world ended. But it's like, I don't even know what's going to happen after that. So I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to leave my
don't
predictions
either.
open right now.
I just think that, of course, it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I
course.
think that Cordelia's hands are going to get much dirtier than she's expecting. In the next, I'll say, episode or 2.
Ooh, I like that.
But I don't know.
We're coming into episode 5. I can't even believe that.
I
Like
know.
halfway through.
It's
Like,
so
oh my gosh.
crazy. Because it's 10 episodes
Yeah.
this season.
It's like, oh, we're halfway through.
That explains why this
Flying
one was
by.
so action packed. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if Cordelia is getting weaker, and that's why her emotions are coming up, which makes me think the same thing that I thought before, that Mallory is a Supreme. I don't know. I think, I don't know, just the first episode to me, she stood out that she was going to be a huge character, and I think that they had to maybe put her to sleep or forget herself so that maybe they can pursue certain things that they have to in the next episode when Michael takes over, or they think that they can actually take him on and they have to hide her, or there's something along those lines. I don't know. But I think that there's going to be battles in the next episode, and everyone's going to be shocked that Michael actually does what they never thought that he could really do. So
Because we see too, and it was either last week or the week before when they were talking about when Mallory makes the fire and everything blare up, that he's like, "Oh, you're one of them. I thought that we killed them all." So we know that there's some sort of battle that the warlocks go to kill all of the witches, and they believe that they've killed them all. So somehow the identity spell goes into keeping her protected to make her not know that she's a witch, so she won't be killed.
What's the opposite of like Antichrist? Is like Christ type of thing? Okay, so I'm like, I wonder if Mallory's like that, you know, like that good devil, bad devil type of thing. I wonder if she's like, like a... Because she's like really powerful. Clearly her powers can like take on Michael because she like knocked him to the ground and everything. And it's like nobody has that ability to do that. You know what I mean? Okay. So I'm like, I wonder if they hid her identity because of that.
Like second coming.
Okay. Second coming of Christ would be a woman in Ryan Murphy's world.
That's what Mallory Stark in the chat just said that. I'm sorry, Marley Stark just said that Mallory might be the Christ to Michael's Antichrist.
I get that. I get that.
Everybody's on the same page.
Let's see.
Okay.
I'm interested. I'm interested to see how that is going to play out.
What's your predictions? I want to know what you think.
I mean, I think that there's going to be some sort of big battle where they try to wipe out all the witches. And they have to try to protect them by putting the identity spell, because I think Michael obviously is the Antichrist.
Yes.
I just want to know how Constance is going to play in.
Yeah.
Because somehow... He said the only woman who ever betrayed him, the only person who ever betrayed him was the person that Meade was based off of. So it's like, so what the hell happened to Constance? Like, why are you not referencing her at all?
She probably
if
gave
your
him
last
away.
name is Langdon. I don't know.
I wonder if she like gave him away.
I don't know. I want to see how that plays out. And I feel like they're not going to do it next episode. I think we're not going to know for like 3 more episodes. I think it's going to be like episode 8 or 9.
I agree.
We find out.
I wonder because I'm like, Murder House ended just with him like killing the babysitter, and he's just like covered in blood, laughing in the little rocking chair. So
and
it's
she's
like,
what am I gonna do with you?
So I'm like, I wonder if they'll pick
throw
up.
it into a well. Get it.
Throw it. Not even him. It's it.
No, it's all demon.
But
baby.
it's like
I
wonder if they'll pick up from that stage, because it was like that little sneak peek. We seen Jessica Lange in that same little hairstyle. You know what I mean? So it's like, I wonder if they're gonna pick up from that scene to show how she ended up being killed, because it was like she probably tried to drop him off somewhere or whatever, and he was like this little powers, and I don't know,
flies out of the well.
Or flies out of the car. Like, who knows? You know what I mean? Like, she probably died in a car accident or something. Like,
oh, that's
and somebody came to pick him up or whatever. Like,
the devil came up to her and said, "You're not fit for my son. Here, I have a new person. You're dead. Here's the new person."
It's Tate. Tate wants his son back. He comes back, I want my son back.
There's so much
baby daddy drama.
No, I always try to tie in too, because this season is so heavily ingrained in previous seasons. Our little kind of crossover corner. I was not expecting Hotel to tie in.
No.
That was in my prediction last week.
It was.
Just want to throw that out there.
For your predictions coming true. Into it.
Wait, but you knew all the sneak peeks though. Like,
I didn't see it though. I didn't see Cortez.
Okay.
I'm wondering what other seasons they're going to have references to that are going to sneak in. I feel like they're going to have some. I feel like they're going to have some sort of freak show reference. I don't know if it's going to be like Halloween, like the performer guy with the 2 heads. I don't know. But I feel like they're going to have some way to tie in almost all the seasons.
I hope they do. It's only episode 4 and they've already tied in 3. Right?
Yeah.
So
seeing March again was really cool.
Yeah.
This episode.
I love him.
Evan Peters is like phenomenal. Like, how does he not have an Oscar yet? Like,
Man.
or Emmy, anything?
He's
doing
TV.
TV.
He's so good.
Yeah, Emmy. Give him an Emmy.
I was gonna say Emmy
Yeah.
at least. Like,
He's the business.
Sarah Paulson too. I'm like the
I
woman.
think she's won though. Hasn't she won an award?
I think she's one.
Yeah, but
I don't
not for
know for
American
this.
Horror Story.
No,
I don't
no.
think she's even been. I don't,
Really? We'll have to Google
not
that
for
for next
American
week.
Horror Story.
I'm
feel
pretty
like she
sure
has.
the only one was Vivian for her hair.
Yeah,
Do you remember that? Yeah, that was back in 2012 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think Sarah Paulson ever has, which is insane because I'm like, the woman is going
I
to
love
like,
her too. Her and Evan Peters are just like the
Yeah,
best. Like,
she's
they make American
probably
Horror
like
Story.
coughing her lungs out too. You give her cigarettes every single season, and I'm like, smoke this every episode, and I'm like, give her an Emmy. Take the cigarettes away and turn it into a statue. Like,
Yes.
jeez, poor woman.
And they're the only ones who play like multiple characters.
Yeah, and
in like the
absolutely
same
crush
season.
it. They're so good. Yeah, it's so.
They're all just
so
really
good.
great. The whole cast, everything that he does and puts together is just so incredible to me.
Amazing.
I love it.
And I think that shows how great of actors they are, is that we're not tired of seeing the same people over and over and over, because they can step into those different characters. So
And it enhances it for us.
Yeah.
Having been big fans of previous seasons, seeing March, who we know we have an entire season dedicated to how evil this man was, seeing him kind of sit up and take a step back when Michael walks in, you know, having brushed off Cordelia, kind of laughed off all of this, and him being like, oh no, this is the real deal, lets us kind of feel that anxiety and that, like, oh my gosh, of like evil itself is being like, this is a lot of evil.
I kind of wondered, because you know how at the end of last episode, how he kind of did that mind control trick to Meade to shoot, oh my God, I forgot her name, Venable.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, what if he came in and kind of already had that power, you know what I mean? It was like in his head already, like, Queenie, you need to get it. Because he sounded kind of robotic. He was like, no, Queenie, you need to go.
I think he could just
like,
tell.
I'll
I
be
think
back,
it's like,
but-
you know, he's a spirit that's been there long enough. He's so intense with the ethereal world.
Yeah.
That,
he just knows.
Evil knows evil.
That's true.
Remember, you know, he picked the 10 Commandments killer. He's like, oh, I have a table for you. Come sit down. Can we chat about what that tweet said?
Tom Link, yes, he had a great, kind of tying into Hotel, said that Devil's Night in Hotel was supposed to be 2020. On Langdon's laptop, it showed the year's 2021. What do you guys think about that? It means Devil's Night's still a year away.
And it's not the end of the world. Ben.
Because Hotel
Cortez
Cortez
is
still
still
has
there.
stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So something happened.
That's interesting.
Evil never dies.
Yes.
Cortez
Let us know what you guys
lives
think in the
on.
comments.
Yes.
Like,
Okay, ladies,
What are your predictions?
Really quickly before we get out of here, since it's officially October,
Oh,
that
shout out to
means
October.
Halloween is coming up.
Yes. Favorite time of the year.
And I know you guys want to dress up this year, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's start thinking about who we want to dress up
I already bought my
as.
costume.
Yes.
I'm feeling Coven vibes. I'm like, I might do Coven. I'm feeling Coven
last year.
vibes.
So you guys in the chat, if you guys have an idea of who we should dress up as,
Yes, let us
characters from previous American Horror Story episodes or seasons, let us know.
Let us know, because
We'll
that's
do
our
it.
tradition. That's our. If they're gonna make us perform on Halloween, so that we don't get taken away by the two-headed man, we just dress
Yeah,
up.
you
as
guys should pick
previous
our
American Horror
costumes.
Story.
That'll be fun.
Yes, let us know.
I'll buy more. I'm excited. I'll do costume changes. We could just play multiple characters.
Yes. I'm every Evan Peters character. You just keep cutting to me, and I'm like blue wig, and I'm like, I'm kind.
That's amazing.
That would go down in history.
That's amazing.
Ooh, I feel
like a
like since you
mustache
have long
stuck on.
blonde hair, you should be like Michael Langdon.
Maybe I could just be Stevie Nicks and just be
okay,
like,
that's true,
cameo.
Start twirling.
Which, a little bit of news and gossip, quick news and gossip, Stevie Nicks
AfterBuzz TV News.
is confirmed that she is definitely going to be on this season. So Stevie Nicks is my girl.
She's such a legend.
I love her too, and I love that they have it. I honestly feel like they just call it the Seven Wonders so they could have Stevie Nicks sing her Seven Wonders song. But if she's singing it's Michael, I am mad at it.
That was a nice little way to end Coven anyway.
If Michael kills Stevie Nicks,
concert.
though, I'm gonna lose it.
Oh no.
No.
Everybody's gonna die, girl.
Nope, I'm not gonna be okay with that.
That's the one murder. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Can't do that.
She wouldn't let it happen. Stevie Nicks is too powerful. She'd be like, "Pfft," and then he explodes, and that's the end of the episode.
Right.
They're like, Stevie was the supreme all along.
Oh my gosh, and that's how the world is saved. We just solved it.
There you go.
Look at that.
Oh, look, you guys, people in our chat are saying we should all dress up as purples.
Oh, purples. I don't know.
I-
No, the outfits.
Those were the royals.
The royals, you know, not grays. We're not
The
grays,
grays,
girls.
the grays was the work.
there we go. Yeah.
I'm not the help. Sorry,
Just
we came a
fancy
long
as
way,
hell.
y'all. Look,
Yeah.
I'm like, we came a long way, y'all. I'm not the
Not
help.
trying to brag. We dress up as purples every week, so.
No, I'm just kidding. That's like Marie Antoinette vibes. Like they kind of have like big, like poofy dresses. I don't know if we'd be able to fit up here.
Yeah.
We can figure it
With our
out.
gear.
But
Hair.
either way, you guys let us know what you think. Where could everybody tweet at you guys and keep up with you guys?
Yes. All right, I'll start. You guys can follow me on Instagram at @the_Kayla Rene'e.
Hey guys, I'm Jennifer Leone. You can follow me on Twitter at Jennifer Leone TV. Tweet me and let's talk everything AHS.
Yes, and you guys know where to find me, Ashley Allen, on all social media at Ashley Reed Allen.
And you'll find me on Twitter at Alana Jordan and on Instagram at That Alana Jordan Girl. You can find us all here at AfterBuzz TV.
Yeah.
And you'll find us here next week. See you guys then. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.